separate country, but it borders the UAE. If my geography is correct, that's correct, isn't it?
UAE is different than Saudi. And
no, I know, but I'm saying it borders it.
I know that.
Well, no, I know you know that. I'm just going from memory here. It's there south of it. It's one of the Emirates.
That's like Iowa to Minnesota, and they're two different cultures.
No, sir, listen. I don't claim to be an expert on the United Arab Emirates. I was reading Der Spiegel, UAE ambassador says country may back a U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran. I defer to your knowledge.
But it's not by their own volition entirely. It's due to this empire, this diabolical empire that was not won back in 1400 or whatever in England. But anyhow,
the UAE is what, on the eastern shore of Saudi Arabia, north of Oman. It is right there on the Persian Gulf, and so that's why they are a little paranoid about Iran having a nuke.
Well, for many sovereign generations, they were the citadel of wisdom and peace and getting along with everybody.
No, I know it's a big trading post, very wealthy, and developed a lot of science there. And I'm just reading what the ambassador said, but let's pray that's the case, because I don't want World War III to start. I appreciate your call, and everybody knows my French Bulldog's name. But good to hear from you, TJ. Okay, I'm going to go to Eddie, Tim, Ronnie, Angel Eyes. Is that from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Oh, look at the little angel eyes. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. It's time to play. Good food makes everything you do fun. On eFoodsDirect.com, you're going to find a summer outdoor special that gets you the most delicious, easy-to-fix, most portable, best food on the planet for your exciting fun in the sun. With each order of a 3-month responder pack, you'll get a free grab-and-go accessory kit with the backpacker's water purifier, stove, and carry bag. You'll also get a free camper's bakery pack with pancakes, biscuits, and cornbread muffins. All this delicious food can be easily prepared stovetop at home or in a pan over a campfire. Go to eFoodsDirect.com/summer or call 800-409-5633 for information and ordering. Summer fun with food just doesn't get any better than this, folks. You need it. They've got it. Just get it. eFoodsDirect.com/summer or 800-409-5633. eFoodsDirect.com/summer or 800-409-5633.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner. So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange home gain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's homegain.com, HOMEGAIN.com. Check them out today. Monday through Friday, we're here, folks, kicking off at 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon Eastern. Back Sundays 4 to 6 p.m. with a live transmission. We'll be live this Sunday. Okay, I want to get into the BP news and a lot more coming up, but let's continue with your calls right now. Eddie in Wisconsin, welcome.
Hey, Alex, thank you for taking my call. Hey, I was watching the History Channel today, and it's totally brainwashing propaganda. They didn't mention anything about Timothy McVeigh working for the FBI. They made it look like, that the Patriot movement is just another, we're a bunch of, according to them, we're just a bunch of neo-Nazis, which it's not true. That's not true at all.
I mean, what do you expect? That's why cable television and broadcast TV are literally dying, because people understand it's a bunch of propaganda and brainwashing.
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, believe it or not, Nazi Germany, they did that kind of propaganda. It's like, well, these Jews are planning to commit acts of terrorism. We better shut them down. They are threatening the fear.
That's exactly what the Soviets and Pol Pot and everybody else did. We know what we're seeing historically. We know this is tyranny.
Yep. And also, now you covered how the elite funded Adolf Hitler and their Nazi war machine, but could you also talk about how the Rockefellers also funded the Imperial Japanese, because they were as sadistic as the Nazis, especially in the rape of Nanking. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I have. Well, that's actually true. I mean, the Rockefellers were one of the most wealthy families on the earth 110 years ago, and they did fund the war machine of the Japanese, and we did send the U.S. military over there to train the Japanese, and then green-lighted them to have a war with Russia. They, of course, were our ally in World War I. Then they got double-crossed in the late 1930s and then into 41. And I'm not saying the Imperial Japanese were good. They were bad. The American people were very moral. So were the Japanese. But our rulers were evil. And thousands of U.S. troops went into, quote, private military arms funded by the U.S. government, hundreds of aircraft, the best-known Flying Tigers, and were attacking the Japanese all over Asia, but predominantly in China. And the Japanese did public protest. Their embassy protested for several years. Then there was an oil embargo against Japan. And the U.S. was making noises about attacking Japanese-controlled countries. And so Japan decided to do a sneak attack to knock out our Pacific Fleet. Their midget submarines, 4 of them, attacked that morning, 2 hours before. They launched the attack 2 hours before. One got into the harbor, another ran into reefs about a mile away from the harbor, another got off course and came up on land, and another was sunk, and that's CNN. In fact, guys, search this. I said do this a few days ago. I don't know if you saw it. CNN.com, did United States start Pearl Harbor? Or did the United States attack Japan first? And then they show an image of the submarine on the bottom and say the U.S. sunk this midget submarine, I think they said an hour and a half before. I mean, the point is the Japanese were coming to attack, but when subs were attacking, the Navy was ordered to stand down still because they wanted that full image of dead sailors and airmen and Marines. But I appreciate your call. I covered that in my film Terror Storm. In Terror Storm, we have the CNN article. But see, I already knew this. As a child, we would come and visit my grandparents here in Austin. My mother's from Austin. And we would, I remember when I was probably 10 years old, because I loved war museums, they took me to the Pacific War Museum. It's the official war museum. It's gotten a lot bigger than it was then. It was the old home of Admiral Nimitz, landlocked in Fredericksburg, Texas, 200 miles from the coast. And it was a hotel. And the building, it's a big building, is shaped like the bow of a ship sticking out on Main Street there. And now it's the George Herbert Walker Bush Pacific U.S. Museum. That is the museum for the Pacific War in the U.S. And they've got one of the midget subs, and it was there when I was a kid. And hidden in plain view, they didn't point out that we attacked the Japanese. It just said that morning they sunk this Japanese sub and 3 others. And you can go there and see one of the subs that was attacking or coming into attack and got sunk, but still Pearl Harbor was ordered to stand down. I mean, they just hide the treason in plain view. Does that take away from the heroism of the people that fought off the Japanese attack or those that died on the battleships? No. The point is the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth, and it's now declassified. The U.S. had broken the Japanese purple and blue code and knew exactly what they were going to do weeks before. It took weeks for that task force to steam from Japan into that area of the Pacific. That's way across the Pacific. If you look at the map, here's Japan, here's Hawaii, here's the west coast of the United States. They had to come all the way. And the aircraft and the U.S. submarines and all the islands we controlled, they all knew they were coming, and they were ordered to stand down and die. Okay, and that's how compartmentalization works. The average guys out there, you know, playing volleyball on the deck of the battleships, they had no idea. But the Navy was ordered, you stand down.